Bueno Ravine in Pyro. Hello and welcome, RATHON here. We do clean the houses. Yes, clean the houses. Patch drop will be soon. And clean the houses means in our massive trade runs, what we usually do is we want to clean all the warehouses where we have commodity bought. That means we want to pick up all the boxes and deliver it to the selling spot. This will be part one of clean the houses. Second part would be, of course, sell everything, right? And when we are here at Bueno Ravine, we see we already have some material that eventually we want to sell. But down below you see cobalt. We have a lot of cobalt down here, 256 SCUs. And whenever we have a big load, whenever we have a big load, we want to loot the boxes in the surrounding to give pirates and griefers the chance to kill us before we retrieve the boxes out of the warehouse. It wouldn't make sense to kill us at that particular moment because there's nothing to steal. It's just to expose yourself, and we want to give the players the chance to expose themselves so that we know we do not need to retrieve the boxes. At this moment we actually would say we cannot afford losing that big load because it's a lot of money, but sometimes we really don't care if we get pirated. We have a budget that we can basically lose to pirates, and that's why we do not really care if we get pirate, but sometimes it hurts. I mean, it always hurts, but sometimes we can afford. Yeah, and so we loot what we can maybe use later on. That would be primarily some water and some food eventually, because what you are about to see is a super cut edition of a 5-hour session, approximately 5 hours. We have the replay function on OBS on. That means replay buffer, which is a 3 minutes recording, and over the course of these 5 hours we have a 3 minutes collection of 2.5 hours, and we edit it and cut it down to approximately 30 minutes or maybe less, don't know. But we want to show you what we do, how we do, where we do, why we do, so that nobody can claim that we have something to hide. Yeah, we have nothing to hide. We show everything, we expose everything, because we're recruiting. Yeah, that is the main reason why we do that. We are recruiting. We are looking for players who do the same type of stuff like we do, or has in mind to do it like we do and want to scale and want to support us in our journey. But on the other way around, this would be the same. All our crew members have 100 mil available to spend, and if not, we want to make it up to 100 mil for everybody in our crew. Of course, that will have some requirements. Yeah, it's not that we just give 100 mil. No. You work the 100 mil yourself, and we show and support you on that journey to make that 100 mil. That is hard work, yeah. If you consider moving virtual space boxes from place to place, from A to B, consider that hard work, because this is a simulator, yeah. That is the way how we play Star Citizen, as a simulator. It's not a video game by definition, and we do not play Star Citizen as a video game. And here is the first load. As you can see, we fully loaded, or at least we try to fully load the Asgard. Gridded capacity is 180 SCUs, but we usually have something like 300 SCUs inside the Asgard. Yeah, and here we are, Canard View, where we deliver the boxes we bought from Bueno Ravine. That is primarily Basilisk and Cobalt. As you can see, Basilisk is the blue boxes and the gray boxes are Cobalt. We want to make sure that the audio actually suits, because it is pretty loud here when we move the boxes, right? While we do video recording, it doesn't feel the same like when we watch the same stuff, and we know it is not really appealing to watch somebody moving boxes from A to B, but there are some YouTubers, content creators who are able to create a narrative out of or from these moving boxes, so that it's not only visual appealing to watch, but also listen to the story that will be told. And as you can see, we actually lower. Oh wait, there's a box. Where is the box? Yeah, sometimes the grid is not working properly, but this elevator particular is a properly working grid. So we want to max out 12 times 8 SD boxes we can stack on. And as you can see, yeah, it was day, but now it's night. And that's because we have, it takes time actually to unload 300 SUs and lower the elevator, raise the elevator, and continue unloading the boxes. And yeah, we do not sell already, we just clean the houses. And so we kind of play Star Citizen as a video game. Don't take it too seriously. And for whatever reason, we are on the way with the Wolf. We go to Shepard's Rest. Yeah, that is another location where we buy commodity. And here in particular is actually the money we make. And so we come over here, buy the stuff and leave. We do not buy the stuff and load. No, we just buy the stuff. As you can see, we already have, and we buy more. And what we do is, because we already cleaned Orbituary as a house, we moved a lot of stuff to Stanton, and this is just more stuff because we can still afford. As you can see, top right, we have something like 7 mil left to spend, and we will spend that all. So we will bring that up to Orbituary. Yeah, we buy and store. No, we buy at Shepard's Rest and store at the Obituary, and this was our Ascot. You will see no tag is popping up, and that is because of the not able to enter pilot seat bug. And our ship is still here, so we came back to the same shard a few minutes or maybe hours later, and our ship is still here. And while it is here, why not take it? So we will load the boxes we already bought before and the box we just bought right now, and we will bring it up to Orbituary. And it's not shown here in this video, but we flew actually to Stanton, or Stanton Gateway, because we thought, yeah, when we already loaded the ship, why not just deliver it? But then we came in mind, wait, when this ship is not registered to us, it might be that in the lawful system, this ship is considered to be stolen, and then that would mean that we got repositioned at the space station at the destination, and that would mean that they will impound our fully loaded ship, and that's why we didn't go to Stanton, but instead we went to Orbituary. And this is the loading aspect of this material here. It's not all the material we usually buy here, it's just some of them, and even that some of them with more than 50% of these 180 gridded cargo capacity. And these are the last boxes, and we are at Orbituary, bringing the boxes up here. Show him off some parking skills at the space station. Yeah, mass trading like we do is a tedious work. Yeah, it's really a tedious work. And the best thing is you have absolutely no instant gratification. You only see at the very end how much money you actually made. And the reason why we have so many boxes right now is basically because we lost 40 mil in the previous patch drop, because the patch dropped too early, and so we didn't had enough time to spend or sell all the boxes. And this time we are not too late, but we need to make that 40 mil loss in profit just to be back at 100 SU. That's why we have a lot of boxes and we need to hurry. And it might be that tomorrow, Trading Tuesday, or maybe today, depending on when we upload the video, when you watch the video, Trading Tuesday, tomorrow, before the patch drops, before IAE starts, we want to be done. And that is a tight schedule, we can tell. And you maybe will see it soon, why it is so tight. We are going down back to Bloom, and we go to Bueno Ravine again. So what you just saw is we went to Bueno Ravine, loaded the ship, went to Canard View, unloaded the ship, went to Shepard's Rest, loaded the ship, went up to Orbituary, unloaded ship, now down again at Bueno Ravine, loading the ship again. This time we have a different box configuration, but the same material, steel, backslide and cobalt. And this type of box configuration should give us even more SCUs per load. We didn't count, we don't care about the amount of SCUs. The goal is just clean the houses. Yeah, this is a massive downside of the Asgard. The ramp is too long, and you need to take care that you lower the ramp before you exit the ship. Because it might be that the ship will flip around and you cannot get back into the ship. And when the ship is fully loaded as ours right now, you do not want to lose that load. First, and second, you do not want to unload a ship that you cannot access properly. Yeah, and so we are back at the very same Canard View on the very same shot, and we utilize the fully functional grid on the elevator. This is the main reason why we hauled through and made it. So we unloaded the whole ship, and now we bring diamond laminate into the ship, loading procedure. And once it's done, we will go to Sacren's blood. Yeah, so you will see what kind of commodity we buy where, not to what price, but what we buy where we bring it, and where we buy it, and when we bring it. And you maybe will see that we never fly empty. The only one distance we fly empty is from Orbituary to Shepard's Rest, or from Shepard's Rest to Ravine. So getting out of atmosphere. So something they changed in the flight behavior of the ships. When you are flying and move to F4, your forward thrusters will stop. There are some small little things they implemented that makes it super annoying to play Star Citizen as a video game. And we even say, yeah, it's just our opinion, if you will, we even say CIG and their decision maker want to tear down Star Citizen, not with all not with all force, but they do it like a salami, you know, salami tactic, slices by slices. And here you see, no, here you don't see. Slice by slices, and just want to find out how far we can go with the pain. How much are the player bases willing to suffer? And they can do quite a bit, because most players are some sort of addicted to Star Citizen, and that's why we say we do not play video games, we play Star Citizen, and that is the only one so-called video game we play, and we are absolutely not interested to play any other game. And here we show you something. Yeah, and we would say, yeah, we are kind of addicted. We cannot leave this place, this metaverse, so to speak, and we spend a lot of time. If we would get paid the same amount of money per hour we get IRL, we would make probably more money with that time we spent. So we jumped directly to Pyro 4 here, if you haven't noticed. Sacren's plot, one of the most beautiful places in the whole verse. And we see another ASCAR down there. We scanned it. We have the owner name. And beside that one ship, nothing is there. And it looks like as if all is calm. Yeah, you don't see it here. We checked the place a little bit from above just to make sure that nobody's hiding and snipes us while unloading, because we are coming with material here, a lot of diamond lamanites. You only can buy 10 SUs of lamanites. That means 5 boxes at the time, and as you can see, we have way more way more than just 5 boxes or 10 SUs. And if we would get sniped here at that very moment, we basically are vulnerable. We're even more vulnerable. Okay, ship is open, but we are even more vulnerable when we have 50% unloaded. Yeah, that 50% is the highest, is the highest valuable moment in trading. 50% elevator, 50% ship. But it looks calm by now, so we can lower the elevator. Nobody's shooting at us. Click. Perfect. Safe, we would say. And we... Oh, yeah. They could have sniped us before, but they didn't. For some weird reason. Can happen. We met them later on that day, a few hours. We came back a couple of times because we took the challenge of doing some PvP stuff. It's not even grieving, it's not pirating, it is just pure PvP. Yeah, and for whatever reason, we had been back. Yeah, we didn't set the respawn point to Orbituary, that's why. Yeah, so we woke up at Area 18 and we are heading back to Pyro. We take a fast shuttle. That it is a kind of fast shuttle compared to the Asgard, but we need to refuel at least once. And we gotta agree on, we kind of start loving the wolf, even though we thought that sheep adds absolutely nothing to the game, and we still agree on that. It adds nothing to the game, but it gives some satisfaction for the owners. And we have friends that also have the wolf and they also like the wolf, so yeah, why? Fuel capacity is too limited. We need to refuel right here, Stanton Gateway, but we will do a cut. And we are back at Ravine, and we are loading more boxes. Yeah. What is this? The third time in this one game session of approximately 5 hours, where we fully load the Asgard with Praxilite and Cobalt, mixed bag, of course. And we want to see if we can sell Atlassium. Do we still have Atlassium down here? Nope, all cleaned, all good. But we will buy some smaller boxes just to fill out the Asgard properly, so that we don't even fly half empty. Yeah, only 4 SUs and then probably some smaller 2 SUs to filling the gaps. Each of them. That also gives us the opportunity at the selling location to really sell 180 SEUs, a batch selling, and not only 176, just because we delivered only 8 SEUs. That is the reason why we have smaller boxes. That is one argument why we have smaller boxes than 8 SEUs, and the other thing is just to fill up the gap. And we always say bigger boxes, less tractor beaming work, and as you can see, we have plenty of boxes there, and it is a lot of work. And yeah, so we are not really in a hurry right now, but it is, yeah, we just need to be busy. Yeah, at this point, we hope we do an editing here. Yeah, we would say for a Sunday it's really calm. Not sure if there is some sort of an event going on, why people do not spend time here in Pyro. We do not mind. Less players in Pyro also means less bugged elevators. And less players in Pyro also means less pirating. And grieving, I think grieving will increase somewhere after December, January, February, at least in the northern hemisphere, so to speak. Just because of the weather, yeah, the cloudy days makes some sort of depressive, and the depressiveness brings people more into grieving, yeah, because they are grieving, they are suffering, and they want to make other players suffer as well. But now it's fall, last Sundays, sunny days, people gonna enjoy, and we enjoy as well. Back at Terminus Canard View. Yeah, this sort of editing style here is more a documentation than actually content creation. Because we want to really show how we make our millions. And we want to, our financial goal for this patch drop is 100 mil on the bank account. And that means a lot of boxes, and as you can see, we move a lot of boxes, and then the challenge would be click on sell everywhere before the patch drops. Okay, first load. As you can see, maxed out the fully working grid on the elevator. And that takes time. For the first time, the animation looks awesome, beautiful. But when you do it like we do, we liked actually the fast lowering elevator bug, where you just logged into the terminal and the boxes vanished, but they checked in properly into the warehouse. Fast storing, would we call it? Yeah, this is the second elevator load. When we come with 8 SCU boxes, we can lower 8 SCU boxes at a time. Otherwise, we would need to have 2 SCUs to even load more on a fully functioning grid. And it starts to decay the grid. Yeah, only 2 rows. Previously we had 3 rows. Something happened. The warehouse didn't really look like as if somebody else was here. It might be that we actually damaged the grid here. Although if we damaged the grid, the damage would be on the wrong side of the grid. It should be on the right side, as you can see. When we lower or attach the box to the grid before the elevator is up, this is a potential of damage the grid. And if we would have damaged the grid in that manner, it should be on the right side, but it's not. Yeah, we lost count. We didn't count. We didn't count at all. We just deliver, load, empty warehouse, empty the ship, and that's it. So 2 more boxes. Every now and then we check the sky just to see if anybody is approaching. because sometimes when with all the noise of the elevator and the boxes, you do not hear the ships. You need to look into the sky. And what we notice is other ships can approach the location 5 kilometers and maybe even below. Before you have visual, the ship is already 5 kilometers in front of us. So what do we have here? We are back at Shepard's Rest, buying more stuff. Diagnosis route. This is just a small load. We would say it's the half load we can. No sunset berries this time. We already have enough sunset berries. And also no fresh food, because we already have enough fresh food. And fresh food in particular, in logistical manner, the fresh food doesn't fit into this trade run here. But it has absolutely the best price compared to all the other locations in Stanton where you can buy fresh food. And so, yeah, but yeah, we could buy smaller boxes of fresh food, but we do not want to mix it, because all of these boxes, or at least all the commodities we bought here at Shepard's Rest, are green boxes. And when we would start mixing fresh food with smaller boxes, for example 4 SCUs, then we would have a problem with distinguish the boxes. We want to, or we would need to touch every single box to find out what kind of material it is, and so we can have a separation properly. And also the fresh food will come up to Orbituary before we deliver it to Stanton, so we would have a lot of green boxes up here in Orbituary. All right, we have 351 SCUs here at Orbituary. That makes hungry and thirsty. Then we continue. Chawla's Beach, another location. Here we can buy Atlassium. Usually we also do. We buy Atlassium here. And Patilium, which we buy at Sacren's plot. Both material will go to Bueno Ravine. And these two locations are so close to each other that we even can consider Chawla's and Sacren's is just one go. One pickup. Factually it's 2 pickups, but 1 delivery. And look at this beautiful sunset. Amazing. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.